let's talk about the power of authenticity. My brand is called Flawed Masterpiece, and it means exactly what it sounds like, which is that flaws, things that may be perceived as flaws, inappropriate things, ugly things, scary things, shameful things, that they make you less than. However, when it's compared with a masterpiece, it brings forth a different concept. So a big part of my brand and a big part of what has been so transformational for me is like radical self-care is what I'll say. And it's self-care that also calls upon your authenticity. It calls upon you to do things that are healing and restorative for you, but that are also unique to you, and maybe things that are outside the box. It's kind of like nothing's off limits. So last night I posted two videos. Both are huge parts of my self-care practice, that both are healing and restorative in different ways for me. One was gardening and one was pole dancing. So I have pole danced since 2016, but I have been concerned about posting it. So, despite having a brand called Flawed Masterpiece, I still had aspects of my life that I deemed inappropriate. And so, where does shame come, right? It comes from a lot of places, but for me, at least, the fear of rejection, of disapproval, of ridicule, those are certainly some of the biggest drivers that would cause me personally, to hide things or prevent things from being known by the wider public. So let's go back to last night. Last night, when I posted both of those posts, the worst thing that could happen, or at least what I thought could be, is that people are offended, people misread it, they don't, they're going to make all these judgments about me. And guess what happened? They did. They actually did. That happened. People unfollowed me in droves. I don't have a ton of followers, but I got a lot of unfollows. But guess what else happened? I got a lot of new followers, and I got more engagement, and I had more people in my DMs like thanking me for being courageous. Other people sharing with me that they also do pole dance for self-care. Even other SA survivors that talked about in my DMs how transformative pole dancing was for them in terms of regaining their confidence and their autonomy over their body after having had an experience where they did not have autonomy. I also had that experience. Pole dancing is also restorative and healing for me in that way. So, what's the moral of this story? The moral of the story is be authentic, take risk, and even when the worst thing that happened that you think can happen actually does happen, which is for me, there was a ton of disapproval with my pole dancing post. There was so much more approval. Not that I was seeking approval, right? But it was so much more about who do I really rock with and who really rocks with me? Who are my people? Who am I going to do my work with? Who am I here to impact? And that became so much more clear after I post the pole dancing video, because either you're with it or you're not. Either you have judgments about it or you don't. So I want to just reiterate that I took a risk last night by posting that pole dancing video, and I think I got the biggest reward that I could have expected, which is to get greater clarity around who are my people and who aren't my people. And turns out there's more people that are my people than aren't. But the only way you get to that is by showing up and playing full out and to the best of your ability and in your comfort zone level, not zone, but in your comfort level, show up more. That's the only way that you'll find your people.